Well, here we come to the first of our group judging. This, of course, is the working group. Some of the heavyweights of the canine world.
Now we have the first of our two groups of Crufts 20.
In just a moment, our judge will be coming into the ring for this group as the dogs come into the ring. And we do have a judge for this group who is, well, let's say impeccable. Jessica's sitting next to me here. She just grinned when I said that, but you know, we're not creeping, but my word, we're fans of Frank Kane.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to the main ring of Crufts 2014. Very shortly, as Nick said, we'll be enjoying the group judging, the culmination of all the breeding activities on this first day of the world's greatest dog show. There have been 5,375 dogs judged during the breed rings today.
The arena announcer just filling in a little bit of background and is just about to introduce
Mr.
Frank.
Kane's now going to be welcomed into the ring by Mr. Gerald King, Chairman of Crufts Committee.
And there he is.
Please show your appreciation.
You can only say we're in safe hands with Frank out there in the middle. He'll be up here in the commentary box later on when the pastoral group's judged. He's got a busy night.
Frank is no stranger
but
to the main
he
ring
will
of Crufts.
love this. Of course, he was best in show judge here 2 years ago. He knows,
best in show at
well,
Crufts
he's forgotten more about dogs than I will ever know.
He judged the utility group. Frank started in the world of
So Frank will be watching the dogs coming in.
Cocker Spaniels and later Sealyham Terriers. His higher entire kennel was renowned for American Cockers and he's bred many champions. After great success,
I'm talking about Frank's background here. Cocker Spaniels, his great love. He also has American Cockers. Had a wonderful kennel called Hiram Tower.
On the international circuit. Despite being so busy in the world of dogs, Frank
actually, you only really have to say one thing about Frank standing in the middle of the ring there, a dog man to his roots.
Absolutely.
Please once again show your appreciation for the working group judge this evening, Mr. Frank Kane.
Yes, we're joining in the applause up here for that.
But you can tell from his expression, he's just dying to get on with the judging.
Let's get on with it. Let's get the dogs in now. Let's see what's coming.
Before we introduce the breeds to the working group, we're going to have a lap of honour from today's best import
First of all, we've got a lap of honour from the import register winner. These are dogs that are allowed to be exhibited at Crufts, but they're not yet on the full breed register, so they don't actually come into the group judging per se, but they do get their lap of honour, their time on the green carpet.
And why not?
Designated best import register, which this year is a Greater Swiss Mountain Dog. Please can you show your appreciation for the Greater
Here is coming in the Great Swiss Mountain Dog, which you could at first thought think, well, that's sort of not quite a Bernese Mountain Dog. Well, that's exactly, it's a Greater Swiss Mountain Dog.
And they're all from a similar clan,
They
yes.
are indeed. But that's nice to see. A nice round of applause. Best import here at Crufts today. So now we come to the actual breeds that are going to be judged tonight. The working breed.
The Alaskan Malamute.
Here we come. The Alaskan Malamute.
Followed by the Bernese Mountain Dog.
And the beautiful tricolour coat of the Bernese Mountain Dog.
And now the Bouvier de Flandre.
And the rugged and powerful Bouvier de Flandre.
We now introduce the Boxer.
One of the most popular dogs in the group, the Boxer. There'll be lots of those sitting on the sofa at home, I should imagine, watching this.
And now the Bullmastiff.
And one of the very big boys, this is the Bullmastiff.
Into the ring now, the Canadian Eskimo Dog.
One of the least numerically strong in this group, the Canadian Eskimo Dog.
Followed by the Doberman.
One of the opposite of that, very well represented here, the Doberman.
Next in, we have the Dog de Bordeaux.
I watched this best of breed winner get crowned. This is the Dog de Bordeaux.
Followed by the German Pinscher.
And here is the German Pinscher.
Next dog is the Giant Schnauzer.
Gorgeous, classy lines of the Giant Schnauzer.
Followed by the Great Dane.
And a dog originally used for hunting wild boar, the Great Dane.
Now we have the Greenland Dog.
Another of our sled dogs, the Greenland Dog.
very old breed, not seen great in this country until about 20 years ago, the Hovervart.
Followed by the Leonberger.
And next in, the Mastiff.
And the Mastiff.
We have the Neapolitan Mastiff.
The Italian Mastiff, or the Neapolitan.
Followed by the Newfoundland.
And whilst I melt gently as we look at the Newfoundland, very popular with the crowd.
Entering now, we have the Portuguese Water Dog.
Instantly recognisable lines of the Portuguese Water Dog.
Followed by the Rottweiler.
And another instantly recognisable breed, the Rottweiler.
Entering now, the Russian Black Terrier.
The Russian Black
And the St.
Terrier.
Bernard.
The most massive of all dogs, the St. Bernard.
Followed by the Siberian Husky.
The sleek, swift lines of the Siberian Husky.
And the final breed in this working group, the Tibetan Mastiff.
And last but by no means least, the Tibetan
Thank you,
Mastiff.
ladies and gentlemen. It gives me very great pleasure to hand you up to the commentary box in the capable hands of Mr. Jonathan Daltrey and Mrs. Annette Oliver.
Thanks very much, Kim. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, this is a moment that we always enjoy. We're into the breed judging, the group judging. All of the dogs that we see there have won the best of their breed in the breed rings around the NEC here in Birmingham. And now I was standing in front of one of the best judges in the world to determine which is the best in group.
So going down the line, the boxer, the Bullmastiff. Frank at the moment taking in the general balance and outline of all these dogs. He's just looking for, oh, now what do I like the look of here? The giant Schnauzer, Great Dane. On down the line.
Some of the most heroic dogs in the world.
The Hovervart there, the Leonberger here.
In many walks of life. A number of them look
It is a
large,
I love this group. There's so many of the really big dogs here. The working group, functional.
their owners and their families.
Neapolitan saying, no, I've had enough, I'm going to sit down already.
This group, 23
Russian Black Terrier, powerful dog, the St. Bernard. And down towards the end of the line, the Tibetan Mastiff.
Please show your appreciation for the job they've done today.
And so Frank has taken a good look at the entire lineup, and now he goes in to see the first dog.
179 dogs making 201 entries, and her choice was the dog.
So this
number
is
42.
the Alaskan Malamute. It's an extraordinary name. His pet name's Jason. I'm going to leave it at that for the moment. 3-year-old dog owned by Cat Howard. No, sorry, the breed judge was Cat Howard, and it's owned by Tony Twillison and Annette Rost. They come from Denmark.
The Twilight movies and other vampire films appear to have
They say this dog is very independent, a very strong personality and challenging, really a no-nonsense dog, and I must say I'm sure it is.
Well, these are the powerhouses of the sled dog world, originally used by Inuit tribes in the far north of Alaska for freight hauling. Thick double coat with a coarse top coat and an insulating underlayer. They can curl up in a blizzard and sleep comfortably.
the Alaskan Malamute, number 42.
Dog wasn't perhaps quite settled on the move the first time, so giving him a chance to move again. Just needs to get that nice parallel motion. Good profile there.
See the Bernese mountain dog. Jackie Green was our judge. Jackie had an entry of 211.
And you see how powerful it is at the rear end. You can see it even as it's coming towards you there.
Originating from the Swiss Alps.
Next up, we have the Bernese Mountain Dog, owned by Mrs. Annabella Alvarez Gutierrez. They come from Oviedo in Spain. A wonderful journey all the way over to come here and take the best of breed. Friendly dog, loves his family, loves the children, loves going to shows and meeting people.
Groups which were always on the move needed dogs to guard their supplies.
An all-purpose helpmate this, a cattle herder, guard dog, cart haulier and an avalanche dog as well for searching for people. That soft silky coat, the striking tricolour markings, very characteristic of the breed.
Bernese mountain dogs often described as a true gentleman, always kind, courteous and always loyal. So, the best of breed bringing Bernese.
Round again, show off that movement.
Number 2, 4, 4.
Lovely obedient dogs, very trainable, and wonderful markings.
Coming towards us, that strong head.
The main arena this evening fell to Mrs. Gerald Pierpoint. And from 40 dogs,
Oh, isn't that impressive?
it was this dog who won the coveted best of breed, number 393.
Well, this is the Bouvier de Flandres, LAROZ-UNIQUE. I can't read the writing of the owner, but there it is. It's all up on the screen. You can't read it either. It's owned by some people from the Netherlands. So yet another foreign dog here today to take the prize. Very much an outgoing personality, I'm told. And this dog is 3 years old, known as LAROZ.
In proportion, the head of this breed is characteristically massive, accentuated by that beard and moustache. Compact, deep and broad.
Clumsy dog, very social, happy to live in country or city, mansion or flat.
Essentially square in outline, and that coat very profuse and characteristic, dry matte texture.
Our next breed is the boxer. Linda Conley judged a total entry of 220.
Striding out in front with good reach.
And she sent through the dog number 466. And this
And now we have a British boxer here from Berkeley in Gloucestershire, owned by Julie Brown and Tim Hutchins. He's called Ollie. He's a 3-year-old dog, and he's been made up with 3 CCs. He's been made up to a champion today. I've never had a dog so obsessed with sticks. Once he's found one, you don't get it back.
the first breed club was established the following year.
Wonderful shot of the head there. So important in this breed.
Star of the famous movie Casablanca owned a boxer dog named Harley. And the late Sir Harry Seacombe.
The description of the head actually makes up the majority of the breed standard here, and that make and shape, so characteristic. The body's square in profile with a deep chest, and they have almost cat-like feet.
Also good guard dogs. After the war, boxers were taken home by returning soldiers, and their popularity significantly increased.
Above all, an energetic and enthusiastic breed, this full of liveliness, stamina and spirit.
466.
There were 151 dogs making 156 entries.
These slow motion pictures just show the conformation, the movement. Absolutely lovely.
Number 728.
Well, now we've got the Bullmastiff. He's called Jeff. He's 4 years old, owned by Lynn McCarthy from Johnston in Scotland. Loves the beach and the forest. Remember, all these dogs, they are pets. They're shown, and it's all wonderful, but they live lovely, normal lives at home.
This evolved from the Old English Mastiff and the Bulldog. First recognised by the Kennel Club in 1924.
Very distinctive head, very distinctive face, very wide mouth there.
Very devoted to its family.
If you take a tape measure around that skull, it'll be the same as the height of the dog at the withers, can you believe it? Developed originally from bulldogs and Old English Mastiffs, the Bullmastiff was originally used as a gamekeeper's night watchman.
The Bullmastiff, number 728.
This is a truly powerful dog, but they should be agile and active nonetheless, and this one's showing that on the move.
And that lovely straight back. Nice compact carriage, isn't it?
Large square skull, and look at that drool go.
Oh, yes. Don't get caught standing beside that.
808, chosen as best of breed representative in tonight's program.
Now we've got the Canadian Eskimo dog, Rachel Bailey, who comes from Leicester, and she's showing in the ring there. Angel is the bitch's name. She's 4.5 years old. A working dog. She competes at weight pull and has many places in dryland mushing, pulling sleds. Of course she would.
That head, a broad wedge shape with a tapering muzzle, small ears set quite widely apart and high.
Not only used for hauling sleds,
Double coat in just about any colour combination.
as well as for
protects this dog from the weather.
But the use of snowmobiles became popular as they were faster and required less care than the dogs.
And records for Canadian Eskimo dogs go back over 800 years. This is a dog that's been helping people out in colder climes for centuries.
Strangely, they can be virtually any colour, can't they?
And now for the Doberman.
A beautiful shot of that wedge-shaped head and those prick ears, quite wide set on the top of the skull.
Chosen from an entry of 197 dogs.
Instantly recognisable, the Doberman. This is Cruz, who's 3 years old, owned by Andrew and June Cairns from North Ayrshire in Scotland. Likes swimming, walking, playing with a cat. That's an interesting one.
He's a skillful tracker and is often used for police work. Credited with being developed by a German tax collector, Louis Doberman, to help him encourage slow players.
It's believed that the German Pinscher
And previously docked, it still takes a while to get used to seeing these with a tail. Elegant and proud, compact, tough and capable of great speed. That head, an elongated blunt wedge.
and at the famous Kennel Club show of 1933 held at Crystal Palace, the Doberman was in fact the only German breed exhibited.
Nice level top line sloping towards the croup, which is the back end of the dog. Deep ribs,
The best of breed winning
nice
Doberman,
tuck up.
Number 842.
It's a really long head and muzzle, isn't it?
Germany,
And look at that elastic free stride.
the Doberman
Beautiful.
Bordeaux. A very good entry of 164 dogs were judged today by Bass Bosch. And Bass selected the pitch. Number 108.
This Dogue de Bordeaux is called Stone, 3-year-old bitch, owned by Kerry Jones from Stourbridge in the West Midlands, just up the road from here. Got 3 CACs and 12 years Mr. Jones has been showing dogs. The dog loves playing fetch, chewing up the hose pipe and running up the field. It's a dog.
Right now this minute she looks distinctly unimpressed.
Dogs, as we know them today, were developed and refined by a group of French breeders led by Raymond Triquet.
This is another large Mastiff type dog, French in origin. But believe it or not, they're incredibly agile. They're terrible jumpers. You need to be well fenced if you've got a Dogue de Bordeaux. Solid construction, but nice and agile. This lovely colour. All shades of fawn from mahogany to Isabella, which is paler.
Devoted to their family, they're even-tempered dogs, they're protected by nature, they're vigilant without aggression.
Number 108.
There she goes, a little more settled in stride. Oh, but playing around. She played around in the breed ring too.
Well, Kerry Jones says she looks grumpy, but she's very playful, very mischievous, and he loves everything about her.
Number 1198 was best breed from an entry of 20 dogs. And was the choice
This is the German Pinscher. This is Jack. He's a 2-year-old dog,
of German origin. He is the
owned by Mr. Julian Neame from Bedford.
larger Doberman and the smaller
It's a dog that loves running in the countryside, happy boy, always willing to please. And Mr. Neame's been in showing dogs for 16 years.
Originally known as the Deutsche Pinscher, the breed can probably trace its roots as far back as the 15th century.
This is the middle-sized member of the Pinscher family, fitting between the miniature Pinscher and the Doberman, of course. The same blunt wedge of a head, but no hint of a snipiness. Little V ears, V-shaped ears.
The German Pinscher just loves
But the German Pinscher's got an elegance about it. Strong, well-arched neck.
he excels at obedience, tracking,
The body's compact, but good and deep.
Small in stature, large in
It is interesting that Pinscher is the German name for terrier, yet I mean a long-legged dog like that is certainly not a going to ground dog, is it?
Giant schnauzers today were judged by Gordon Law. Gordon chose the dog.
Lovely expression, watching the handler all the way around. What do you want me to do, Mum?
For an entry of 64. Another German breed.
Well, this is a giant Schnauzer. This is Danila. It's a dog, 7 years and 5 months. A veteran, therefore. Or is it 4 years? It's written. No, it's 7 years. and owned by Mr. J.C. Rual, and they come from Moscow in Russia. I tell you, a lot of people travel a long way to show their dogs here in this country, and has won 24 Best in Shows at international shows. This is perhaps a dog to watch.
They can be found in airports for the detection of dangerous and illegal substances. And actually, in 2008...
The largest of the Schnauzer breeds, the giant Schnauzer's agile, strong and imposing. It was originally a droving dog, but far more commonly used in police work now. That long, elegant, well-arched neck, deep-chested body with a good forechest and a good strong back.
Well, I'm pretty certain we've seen Olga Agapova here, who's showing the dog in the ring before.
This one a black, but of course they can come in pepper and salt. Lovely shot of the head and expression there.
With 176 entries for Matty Pepperin. Best breed was number 1306.
Well, we're looking here at the Great Dane, and I can't tell you a great deal about it right at the moment because I don't have a sheet to tell me. So this must have been a late arrival into the collecting ring, which is very sad. Its exhibit number is 1436, which I'm just asking Jessica if she can hand me the book and maybe I can identify it.
Lovely shot of the head there, so important in the Great Dane. Long, with strong jaws. This was originally a hunting dog. A long arched neck which carries the head proudly as the dog moves. This is a big boned giant of a dog, deep brisket, plenty of heart and lung room. This is a fawn with that lovely black mask. Of course they can come in blue, black or harlequin as well.
First introduced into the UK in 1877. Your best of breed winning Great Dane.
Easy, elastic stride for such a big dog.
Still struggling desperately to find it and identify it. We'll try and identify it a little bit later, but I can't tell you more about that particular one there. As we now look at the Greenland dog, this now we're looking at the Greenland dog. This is Puck, a 2-year-old dog. Comes from Gedney Hill in Lincolnshire, owned by Stuart Winston and Nicola Singh, and Nicola is showing the dog in the ring there.
Now, aficionados of this breed would be the first to say this is not a dog for the faint-hearted. Basically, you will never wear a Greenland dog out. He needs firm handling and is full of energy and enthusiasm. In fact, he's driving his own around the ring there. Not quite square in outline, a little longer, a deep-chested, strong body. And of course that spit's tail characteristically curved over the back. He's got a harsh top coat, longest on the withers and the trousers, dense impenetrable undercoat to guard against the weather. And that typical broad wedge-shaped head for the breed, ears working as he's listening to his handler, or trying to ignore her actually.
And now we're looking at Arak, who's a 6-year-old dog and is owned by Nils-Frik Amundsen, comes from Sweden. Lena Amundsen showing the dog in the ring. This has won 11 CCs in the past, 3 best in shows. He likes tracking and guarding the farm. That's what they were bred for.
Indeed, Peter, the translation of the name Hofafart, and I'm sure I always get that wrong, means guardian of the property. This one in the most common colour that you see, a black and gold. There's precise requirements for how much gold there is on the coat.
Guarding stock and property is not their only talent. As Hofavarts are loyal and gentle with their family, well capable of thinking...
Shorter undercoat protecting against the weather with a longer top coat forms feathering on the legs and tail. Tail carried high on the move.
Lovely and bushy it is too.
Joan Rushby was our judge today at Leonberger's. And from an entering 100,
beautiful head and expression.
Selected the bitch 1573 to represent the Leos in the group tonight.
Well, this is Cara, a 3-year-old bitch owned by Carol Folks from Callington in Cornwall. 7 cc's to its name. That's Cara's got that. Likes getting muddy. Well, they often do. These are very, very active dogs, very large, they're very lively, and I think they're very beautiful. It's a lovely breed, the Leonberger.
The early dogs in the United States belong to a show business couple who around the turn of the century toured all over America in live theatre productions. When the World Wars ended, there were 8 surviving dogs. It took 25 years for the Leo to recover.
So the Leonberger was originally created by crossing St Bernards with Newfoundland, so you were always going to have a massive dog. The head should be strong but not heavy and not too elongated. High set ears, well feathered.
Being to a mixture of the Newfoundland and the Pyrenean mountain dog. Robust, adaptable, obedient and intelligent, describe the Leonberger well.
The body's not quite square, but we need a good deep chest. And the colour, this lion gold, red or a reddish brown and sandy colour. Black mask always.
And you can see the Newfoundland movement in there as the hips roll as he moves. Look at that.
Plus to the Mastiff ring. There were 67 dogs, 71 entries, and the best is number 16.
Well, this is the Mastiff. It's called Beau, just 33 months old, owned by Pam and Mark Fox from Broadstairs in Kent. Likes walking on the beach. All these dogs that live down near the sea, that seems to be a great pastime. Very playful and naughty dog, they say.
Mastiff type dog dates way back to 2,200 years BC, a copy of which actually appeared in the Kennel Gazette of 1933. The Mastiff Club was formed in...
And this is a massive animal in all respects. In fact, there's no upper limit for either his height or his weight given in the breed standard. The head should be a square from any angle, with breadth greatly desired by the aficionados. Deep-chested body.
Strength and quality have taken hold, and the breed has seen an upsurge. Intelligent and affectionate, he loves plenty of human contact, plenty of good food.
They can be an apricot fawn, silver fawn, or this one's a dark fawn brindle. Characteristic roll of a big heavy dog on the move.
So from an ancient British breed, we move to
A nice, powerful, easy extension in the movement there.
Ascos was our judge today, the Neapolitans. Chose the dog number...
Now, this is the Neapolitan Mastiff. Pet name is Louis. He's a 2.5-year-old dog, and he's owned by Sonja Schmidova from Belgium, and handled in the ring by Gabriela Pavlikova. And this won 2 cc's so far. And describing its personality, what do you love most about him? Sonja said, everything.
Though in the books, it's probably a Great Dane. The largest recorded litter for a dog was 24 puppies, delivered by cesarean section for a Neapolitan Mastiff in 2000.
This is a massive breed, originally used as a gladiatorial dog, pitted against bears, lions, and of course people as well. That head with all the wrinkled skin is very characteristic of the breed, but of course you don't want it too exaggerated.
Fearless and extremely protective of their family and home. They're affectionate, loyal.
A massive animal, this beautiful colour is very characteristic.
676.
As is that loping gait.
The Newfoundland. Mrs. Carroll stuffed.
There isn't a single bit of that dog that isn't moving.
Awaiting her deliberation.
Flesh rolling.
Her final choice was this male, number 1683.
Well, always had a soft spot for Newfoundlands. This is Sky, a 4-year-old dog, owned by Oton Tantor. It's come from Slovenia, and handled in the ring by Gabor Marotti. I think that's the pronunciation, I hope so. He likes to run, when they take him out with a bicycle, and he loves to run along with that. But I mean, they're very proud, lovely, strong, characterful dogs.
Water rescue and are very, very good swimmers, due not only to their muscular build, but to their thick double coat and their webbed feet. Their strength also means that they're perfectly capable of even pulling a rowboat to shore. Edwin Landseer, who designed the lines in Trafalgar Square, was the most...
It's easy to understand how Peter can fall in love with these. They've got such a gentle disposition, noble and majestic in appearance, and originally used as a draft and water rescue dog. Those huge feet are webbed underneath all that fur, and they're very powerful swimmers.
Here we see a black.
The Newfoundland.
They're also absolutely lovely dogs to live with. If you've got the
Deep-chested
space,
body.
they're just gorgeous.
From 51 dogs, 52 entries.
And that broad head with the short square muzzle, and just look at those ropes of drool forming.
This male number 1878. Of course, President Obama.
Well, now we're looking at the Portuguese water dog. Its name is Alex. He's an 8-year-old dog.
As they are comparatively unusual.
A couple of owners, one I can pronounce, Elizabeth Volts. Anyway, they come from Norway. I don't want to pronounce names incorrectly for them. And loves water work, enjoys working with children. Happy-go-lucky dog, up for everything.
It was, and indeed still is, involved.
It's actually World Book Day today, and if you look at Topsell's famous ancient tome, A History of Four-Footed Beasts, published way back in 1607, you'll find a picture of a Portuguese water dog labelled a water spaniel. Original job was on Portuguese fishing boats where they were used to retrieve lost tackle and nets, which of course would have been hugely valuable.
As well as we can see today, performing in the show.
Frank just checking something there.
It should have lovely free movement with a short, lively step and the tail carried in a little ring.
And it's quite an energetic gallop at the end of it, isn't it?
With a total entry of 204, there were 2 judges for Rottweilers today, the second largest entry in the group. Joanne Johnson.
A massive entry for Rottweilers, requiring 2 judges, one for the dogs, one for the bitches. This was judged best of breed. Brandon, 3-year-old dog, owned by Robert and Donna Taylor from Wakefield in West Yorkshire. It's won 6 CCs and 2 reserve best in shows.
Originally known as the Rottweiler Metzgerhund, translating to butcher's dog from Rottweiler, the breed became known for its skill in droving and draft work, often pulling carts of fresh meat and other market products.
The first Rottweiler breed club.
Rottweilers can be traced all the way back to the days of the Roman Empire, where they were also guards and droving dogs.
True birthplace of the Rottweiler.
A very, very popular breed. That head so characteristic, a deep, broad body, straight back, nice tight elbows on the move.
Working capacity as search and rescue dogs, as guide dogs, and also as police and guard dogs.
This is a breed that sometimes gets a bad press, but bred right, brought up.
The top coat feels coarse, it's flat, but the undercoat is very important to keep the dog nice and warm, come what may, weather-wise.
The Russian Black Terrier. This is another breed judged by Jill Pig today. 44
Another dog here from Russia. This is the Russian Black Terrier. Pet name is Yasya. It's 10 years old, this dog, owned by Galina Yatsenko and handled in the ring by Galina. 3 CCs, including the one today. More than 20 groups it's won. It's had about 10 best in shows over the years.
The Rottweiler and the giant Schnauzer. And it's also suggested that the Airedale Terrier is involved too. From a distance, this giant Schnauzer ancestry appears to dominate, though of course the Russian Black is actually much larger. serving as a police dog and as a guard dog in his native Russia.
This is an imposing and massive dog, strong in every aspect. Originally developed as a military working dog, and you can imagine how useful it would be.
Calm and highly intelligent.
Powerful, wary of strangers, an excellent guard.
According to his owner, a happy boy devoted to his owner.
And as he goes round to join the
And on the
other
move, you
dogs,
can really appreciate the deep-chested body there, powerful drive from behind, extension in front.
5-4.
Broken coated with a slight wave to the coat.
Berners today were judged by Jeff Horswell. There were 66 of Berners entered, and Jeff chose the bitch number 2, 1 and 7.
Well, an absolutely massive dog, the St. Bernard. This is Maddie, this is a bitch, I don't know how old she is. She's owned by Alison Granger and Tan Nagrecha. They come from Halesworth in Suffolk, funnily enough, that's about 6 miles away from where I live. And enjoys all aspects of country life, including chasing rabbits and getting muddy. I tell you, if they get muddy, they take some cleaning.
Become famous for its excellent reputation as an alpine rescuer.
If you've seen the Beethoven films, then you've just got to want one of these dogs.
Gentle expression there of the St. Bernard. Originally shorter coated, now can be rough or smooth. Broad skull with a well-defined stop, that's the drop between the eyes to the nasal bone. Shortish muzzle.
Large not only in size, but also in affection, the St. Bernard is a truly, truly delightful breed.
This one moving very freely, strong-boned, heavy hindquarters that drive from behind.
And now the Siberian Husky.
Oh, lovely shot of the head there.
And not so heavily coated as we often
We'll be
see. That's
delighted
lovely.
to see 186 dogs and 209 entries.
Well, this is a Siberian Husky. It's called Ron. It's a veteran, 7.5 years old, this dog. Owned by Eureka Gardner from Milton Keynes. And 1cc, there's one. Loves working in harness and being naughty. Well, these dogs, they're born to pull sledges.
Terrier series 650 miles from Anchorage to epidemic-ridden Nome in 1925. It really depicted these dogs working so hard in terrible conditions.
Though taking its name from the Siberian Arctic,
Well, Ron is the Ferrari of the sled dog world. Where the Alaskan Malamute is the monster truck, this one was built for speed. Head like a fox, light on his feet, smooth and seemingly effortless movement.
ancient breed of dog too.
That beautiful arch neck carrying the head proudly.
Of breeds, they're very active individuals indeed. Delightful
Any markings or colour allowed in this breed. Elegance personified.
Husky, double 2.
Never happier than when pulling sledges for which they were bred. That was what they were
Final
for.
member of our working group this evening at Crufts 2014.
Using those lovely triangular ears, listening to the handler.
Barry Blunden judged the breed. From an entry of 53, he chose the dog.
Last in the group now, the Tibetan Mastiff. This is Chodak, a 6-year-old dog owned by Richard Gardiner and comes from Bridgend in South Wales, handled by Richard in the ring.
Their tenacity and ability
He's been showing dogs for 25 years.
made them excellent guardians of flocks and herds of livestock. Marco Polo is recorded as seeing Tibetan Mastiffs the size of donkeys.
And with a voice as powerful as that of a lion.
This is an ancient breed developed in Tibet for herding and guarding the flocks.
In the early 19th century, and despite losing
Very characteristic in coat.
this noble breed
Body slightly longer than tall at the withers, deep-chested though, like all these working dogs. Males tend to be heavier coated than females, and that plume of a tail.
is stubborn to a fault.
Our last competitor then in this group, the Tibetan
And
Mastiff.
interestingly, I think the coat changes and it becomes less dense in warmer weather and becomes thicker in the winter as protection.
The preliminary examination of the 23 working group best of breed winners at Crufts Crufts 2014.
And there's that broad skull, very square in appearance.
Last look at the group in its entirety before making a short list of finalists. And whilst he's doing that,
And so now Frank Kane has a decision to make. What is he going to pick from this wonderful group as his shortlist?
on Saturday and Sunday for an hour and a half each. There are a total of 2,513 dogs judged here today in the working group, making 2,734 entries.
Well, Frank has a job now of bringing out his shortlist, and he's bringing the Alaskan Malamute.
Both the Bouvier and the Boxer. And the Bullmastiff.
And the Great Dane that I couldn't name earlier, but I can now. This is Isis. 2-year-old bitch.
The Mastiff.
Came from
the Newfoundland. And the Portuguese water dog.
Glad to see the Newfield out there.
And we've got the Rottweiler and the St Bernard as well on the end of the line.
Yes, Frank's picked 10.
The fact that he's picked 10, I would say, indicates this is a pretty good quality group when you got your hands on them.
Well, I mean, Frank knows from sitting in the commentary box with us that he will pick 8. That's the intention. He's had to pick 10, and he wouldn't have picked 10 unless he had to.
Frank's going to have one more look at these dogs and probably ask them to move. And that's your chance to show your appreciation and to applaud the one that you think.
So he'll move them again now.
Taking a look at Jason. This is the Alaskan Malamute.
So here's our first.
A challenging, really no-nonsense dog, according to the owners.
This Alaskan has the most beautiful outline, strong in bone, plenty of breed type. Whoops, bits of a slide on the carpet.
Now it's the turn of the Bouvier de Grand.
The Bouvier here.
393.
Lovely profile movement there.
This dog from the Netherlands, the Siberian, the Alaskan Malamute was from Denmark.
There'll be a huge whoop for the Boxer now, very popular breed.
Boxer.
Taking in the outline.
466 and another male.
And 3-year-old Ollie here.
And just to say that Crufts
Comes from Gloucestershire.
for tomorrow night after Norfolk.
The Winniwook Kennel, of course, being very, very well known in the breed, produced some lovely quality dogs.
For again on Saturday and Sunday.
The Bullmastiff.
The fourth of the shortlisted dogs.
Yes, this is Jeff.
Very balanced for such a heavy breed.
And he's showing well, isn't he? Bit of a clown, according to his owner.
Lovely outline of the Great Dane.
And now the bitch.
Elegance in giant form.
Great Dane.
And as I said, this dog is called Isis. I didn't get a chance to name it properly before, which I do apologise for. Owned by Miss Inez M. Cook from Hertfordshire. And 11 cc's to its name, the Great Dane.
This time it's the Mastiff, number 160.
Now that dark fawn brindle Mastiff. Again, moving so freely for such a big, heavy dog. Lovely profile.
Yes, this dog is called Beau. Comes from Broadstairs in Kent.
Taking another look at the head of the Newfoundland.
And why not? It's a nice head to look at. Sky, this 4-year-old
Newfoundland dog.
Newfoundland dog.
8-3.
It's come from Slovenia to take part in this show today, and it's popular.
I think they're having us on. That's not a dog, that's a gigantic teddy bear.
If you remember when Frank judged Best in Show, he chosen Newfoundland as reserve.
The Portuguese water dog.
Now it's the turn of another male. This is the Portuguese water dog, number 1878.
And he's called Alex. 8 years old, owned by Ronan Terje Christiansen and Elizabeth Volt.
Lovely.
It's come from Norway.
Tidy, short steps, just right for the breed. The Rottweiler keen for the titbits that's in the handler's hands.
Absolutely, and this is Brandon. He's a 3-year-old dog. Lives in West Yorkshire,
Monday,
Wakefield.
Rottweiler. The dog, 2084.
Now then, Brandon, hey up.
Settling into his movement there. The dogs do catch the atmosphere in the big ring. They get excited too. Frank subtly wiping the slobber from his hands. And the St. Bernard.
Just so massive. This is a bitch, Maddie.
Actually, I think she's beautifully elegant for such a big dog.
They are remarkable dogs. Well, Frank's taken a good look at them all for the second time there, and he's called for the boards. They're all coming out into the ring, so he's made his decision. He's moving them around in line.
Readjusting them so he'll be able to move them as a line. I think he may well send them all round together, perhaps not.
Never you wanted a masterclass in how to judge a big group.
Yep, here we go. He's sending them all round together.
So we get a chance to see them all on the move again in line. Look at this, magnificent.
It's a wonderful sense of theatre Frank has, and also it gives the dogs a chance to do effectively a lap of honour before he cuts them to just the last 4.
Moving around the ring with great style.
It's an enormous achievement to win Best of Breed at Crufts, and to get selected in the group like this into the shortlist. It's a wonderful feeling.
To make up his mind, the boards are in place. Very soon we will see which will be the first of our finalists, the Best in Show.
Well, this is a great moment, and Frank knows what he's going to pick here.
Oh, I've got goosebumps. Come on, Frank. Let's see what you're going to pull for the first of our groups for 2014.
The winner of the working
He's gone for the Rottweiler. It's the Rottie.
A hugely popular win.
Isn't it, though? Fantastic.
And the Portuguese water dog takes Group 2. Wonderful achievement for this breed.
And coming right up for the Alaska Malamute for Group 3.
The powerhouse of the Malamute, in perfect condition for the Crufts group ring.
And is he going to collect my Newfie? Yes, he is. Good man, Frank. Well done. I can't pretend I'm not biased. Group 4 for the Newfoundland.
Congratulations to the winner of the working group, the Rottweiler.
And coming into the ring to
And the winner is there. That is the Rottweiler.
of Canine Concern Scotland, escorted by Anne MacDonald, Vice Chairman of Crufts Committee.
Well, what a fabulous group. Beautifully judged by Frank. But Brandon, this 3-year-old dog, champion MINAELEA'S Black Mambo, Junior Warrant, owned by Robert and Donna Taylor from Wakefield in West Yorkshire, have taken the group, and they'll be here on Sunday to take part in Best in Show. What a moment for them. So Frank congratulating all his winners.
He had a lovely group to judge there.
He really did. I do think it's a super group anyway, the working group always, but what a lovely set of dogs.
So there's a lap of honour for our group winner. We have the first of our winners for Crufts 2014. Of course, there'll be 6 more over the next few nights until we get to Best in Show on Sunday, and the Rottie will be there.
And of course, there's one more group tonight, the Pastoral group.
And don't forget our judge, Mr. Frank Kane, who's done a great job, and handing over to Nick Ward.
Frank Kane leaving the ring. Well done, Frank. Wonderful judging. And they'll be disappearing into the ante-room behind the big curtain on the far side of the ring, where photographs will be taken. And we'll be welcoming Frank to the commentary box in a moment or two. He'll be coming up here to commentate on the Pastoral group.